This is Snook. Welcome to Pants Are Optional. It is a show about two Steamians and if they can be in the same room together and not talk about steam or steam in. It's really just a show about having fun, having some laughs, learning a little bit about the person behind the username that we see most every day. And I hope you enjoy it. Have fun. Bye. I want to tell everybody a little bit about yourself that might not know you.
Well, I'm Psycho Chica. I'm a little crazy, in the good way.
Yes.
Let's see. I don't do what the voices in my head tell me to.
Oh.
Love playing games, go in games and card games and whatnot. And my day job is essentially running a quality assurance team for higher ed software.
Oh.
Ta-da.
Oh.
Yes.
So you are used to electronic crap stuff.
Generally.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Because
I know that nice little site called Google that tells me how to do things when I don't know.
Yeah, well, yeah, there is that. There is that. Yeah. I wish I knew. It's like one of those things where people are like, oh, you know so much. It's like, no, I really don't. But Google does.
Be willing to step through and fight with it and have
yes.
things not work periodically.
Yes, yeah.
Gotcha. Have you heard of No Man's Sky?
No. Oh, knowing you is dangerous. This is going to be really dangerous for me. Quite honestly. Why? What is that?
I flew briefly outside of Stormwind.
Right.
That's where all my characters were.
Oh, you're Alliance? You're Alliance?
Yeah, I was pesky Alliance.
You're one of those.
My reasoning at the time, though, was I was looking at all the economy stuff. It was easier to buy things out of the auction house. It was easier to make money out of the auction house.
Yeah.
And that was my concern at the time.
Right. Well, and
if you ever want to win, you're done.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. So first, I'm going to ask you a question. Yes. So that's because
let's do the
we could literally talk about this for hours on end. I'm telling you. Because I don't meet many, I don't meet that many people that like know what I'm talking about on you know, they're just
totally.
Like they do that's nice, you know, and I'm like, oh, okay, I'll just change the subject. So okay,
let's process questions.
All right, the first one: if you could rename the street you live on, what would you rename it to? We'll start with a hard one.
So just to tie this back to Warcraft a little bit.
Okay.
My little like level 19 twink rogue back when was named I'm Not Here, I'm No There, depending on how you read it. That's kind of what I would like the street name to be.
That's perfect.
I like screwing with the map makers.
Yes. I'm not here. I'm no there.
Yes.
I love it. That is perfect. Where do you live? I'm not here.
Pretty much.
Yeah, just go down to I'm not here.
The postmen are going to hate me. Just going to start chucking mail all over.
Exactly. What do you mean I'm not here? That's hilarious. That's a good one. I like that name too. I was horrible at names for characters. 7 hours later, Psycho Chica and Snook are still bringing up World of Warcraft.
We've dinged level 2.
What is the longest interview you've ever done? Well, Psycho Chica.
Never actually ended. We just ran out of space.
Yeah, right. I just finally stopped the recording, and that was it. So
after a terabyte and a half file down.
Yes, my computer just froze up. So What is the funniest thing to fill a pinata with? I can't wait for
This thing to fill a pinata with.
this. Yeah.
There's a lot of different ways that this could go, but in my
Yes.
head,
Yes.
you know those little snapping pops?
Oh, that would be great. That would be great. Yes, I do
Every
know.
time they hit it, every time they
And
open
it would be like.
yep, it's going to be exactly what the kids do not want.
Right.
They see it start having stuff go, and then they start screaming and scatter.
That would be great. That is a good answer.
It's one of those things that you know really isn't going to happen, kind of like
No.
duct taping children to the ceiling.
Right.
But it's a great picture in my head.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. And then be like, ah! Actually, at an adult party, I mean, you know, with no kids, that would actually be a really funny thing to do. Now I want to have a party just to do that. What looks delicious but tastes terrible to you?
Looks delicious but tastes terrible.
Yeah.
I know the one that looks terrible and tastes terrible, and that's gefilte fish.
Oh,
But
I wouldn't eat that. Yeah, no.
Oh.
No, I can't even smell that.
Yeah, I
No, that's a whole, yeah, no.
it's. Do you remember that Crystal Gravy commercial from SNL way back when? It was like, I think it was the 90s. There was this craze of everything was going clear, like Crystal Pepsi and Crystal Coke.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
yeah,
so
yeah.
it was still the same soda, just
but it was clear. Right.
So they did a spoof commercial on Saturday Night Live way back when of Crystal Gravy. So it was like brown gravy, but it was clear. But it still had that viscosity, so it was kind of like goopy.
Yeah, yeah.
That's all. That as soon as I saw that commercial, that's how I explain that covering of the gefilte fish.
Right, yes, I totally agree with that. I totally agree with that. Yes, yeah. No.
But back to the original question.
The original question. Yes.
Something that
looks delicious
and tastes horrible.
Yes.
Lately, I have to say watermelon because I have not gotten a good one in a while.
Really?
But I've just had bad luck.
I wonder if it's the weather.
Quite possible. Because we kind of switched it there of looks bad but tastes good.
Right.
I do have one of those from when I was young. I grew up Jewish, and one day during Sunday school they brought us all into the kitchen and they had us make falafel balls.
Oh, okay.
And
yeah.
When they came out, they were fantastic.
Yeah.
They were great. The people that were helping us knew what they were doing.
Yeah.
But during the process, I swear it looks like dog food. Like wet dog food.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's hard to go the other way now.
Oh, which appliance can you not live without?
Does my computer count?
Well, I don't think that's an appliance. I agree. I agree with the computer because that was my first thought, and then I went, it's not an appliance.
I mean, really, I have to say, like the fridge because life would suck without it.
Yeah.
And my coffee maker. The microwave is kind of up there too, but I can at least work around.
You could work around
the microwave.
Yeah.
The coffee machine. I don't think I have the I don't know.
I will give you
in the morning.
I will give you a tip on the coffee. If your coffee maker ever breaks, my son and his wife. Well, his wife is from Colombia, South America, and they have a coffee farm. And they just take a kettle, and they grind the coffee, or the coffee grounds, and you just throw it in there and boil it. And it's like the best coffee ever. So you have to kind of find your way, but really, it is the best coffee. And you need to get out of the house that day. Just take some coffee and throw it in a pot of water and boil it.
See, I'd probably go the other route and just, rush order some of that caffeinated soap. Have you ever heard of that?
No! What is
It actually
that?
exists. That's
Soap?
what it sounds like.
Soap?
It is caffeinated soap. The whole
Like,
idea is
you
that
take
it's
a
soap.
shower?
Bingo.
And it wakes you, what, it like sucks into your skin?
That's the theory. I've never tried it.
Ugh.
It's still for sale, and as far as I know, they've never gotten sued. So.
But I would, see my luck, I would use that. And I would be like, oh, I mean, literally on the ceiling. And then people.
Or you take the shower at night and then you're up forever.
Well, yeah. I wonder what's in there that it wakes, it gets into your system. That's scary.
Yep.
They still have it?
Yep.
Like, who sells it? Like in a Walmart? No.
No, I've only seen it online.
Oh, okay.
No, it's still here at ThinkGeek. I'll put the
put it in my
the link here.
so I can look at it later.
Shower Shock caffeinated soap.
Shower
Mornings have never been so invigorating. Vegetable-based glycerin soap with caffeine. Smells like delicious peppermint. Whoa!
Wow. Okay, well, that whole thing is staying in the recording, just so you know.
Not a problem. I set myself up for that.
But it's perfect. Because I'm like, this whole soap thing has blown me away. I'm like, what? I could have used that this morning. I mean, I'll be honest.
Who needs technology when you can have soap?
Who needs coffee?
Now, if you picture the scenario of washing your kid's mouth out with soap and using this.
Oh, God.
Talk about working against herself.
Did you grab the wrong soap, dear? As a kid's like, and you can't.
We're back to duct taping kids to the ceiling.
To the ceiling. And pinatas that go. See, it all works. It all works. It's just a whole thing.
It's like the rug. It just brings the room together.
It does. It does. It does. Kids on the ceiling. It explains it all.
More questions.
Okay.
Priceless questions.
I'm trying. Okay.
Breathe in.
Breathe out. Been asked questions, and I've said to friends, do you really want me to answer that?
Do you want the nice answer or the honest answer? Go.
Yeah.
Do you want caffeinated soap?
That's exactly. Do you want it on a rope or not? I grew up in Wisconsin, so I definitely did, grow up drinking and stuff. But
you can drink cheese?
Well, you can actually fondue.
Touche.
I'm waking up. It said soap on
I'm
a rope.
in trouble.
It said soap on a rope. By osmosis, Google just, In one sentence, how would you sum up the internet? Do, 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 do.
Let me know if this counts.
Okay.
Porn.
That counts. That counts in my book. That counts. That is. Yeah. I mean that.
Oh,
yeah.
and cat meme. Cat meme's got to be in there.
Well, yeah. You could start with cat meme.
Cat meme. Ooh, something shiny. Fuck.
Ooh, something shiny. Yes. Exactly. Ooh, click. What is that?
I don't get distracted. Oh, it's squirrel.
Right. Yes. Exactly. No, that counts. That absolutely counts. And it's actually very true. I don't want to go into this. And I was in another guild that we did actual raids, but they also knew that, okay, she's back here and, watch her, just tell her exactly what to do. And if she dies, don't res her. Just leave her there and don't waste your res on her. Because she will get up and die again. So and I got better.
Yeah.
I got better over time, but not anywhere near where like you would be like, I want you on my team. You would be like the same thing. Well, we need a fifth person. I guess we'll ask her. Okay. And
It kills you essentially.
well, right,
Graveyard.
and then you end up at the graveyard, which I think in that one is like a ridiculous, like miles away from where, and then you have to go back and find it, and then go through the layer, all that way. That place. I got that achievement. I don't care about the mount. You can keep the damn mount.
It's a good thing we didn't let this degenerate into Warcraft.
No, not at all. Not at all. We got an hour and 17 minutes of like 3 questions in Warcraft. No way. Food would be probably a good idea. Well, let me ask a few more questions, and then at least
Sure.
I have some questions.
Make it sound like we tried.
Like we tried, but we couldn't help it. We tried. That's where editing comes in really handy, because you can just, like Warcraft. We tried. What more do you want? I woke up and then it got worse because I started talking.
I am level 14 caffeine drinker.
With that old soap on a rope that's filled with caffeine. iTunes by osmosis through Google, which I don't even have open. So there you go. How do you feel about putting pineapple on pizza?
I don't have a problem with it. I every once in a while, it's rare that I'll actually order something like that.
Yeah.
But I really don't have a problem. I like the Canadian bacon pineapple. It's usually what I see. Yeah, it's not bad.
I don't understand. Well, quite honestly, I don't understand how pineapple even made its way onto a pizza. Like, who came up with that idea? It's like pizza is supposed to not be healthy, and then what? Did somebody like, I'm on a diet, throw some pineapple on there? I never understood the pineapple thing. It really didn't.
It's just to make you feel better. It's a ploy by corporate America.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm sorry. It's a conspiracy theory.
I mean, we have emos down here, so you can put just about anything on there, and I'm still gonna love it.
Well, it's pizza, but I would probably tend to. Well, it depends. See, that's the problem with it, because depending on how like the bad things that people put on pizza is stuck in there, you can't like necessarily just pick it off, because then you pick off good stuff with it. So then you're stuck eating the bad stuff.
Or sometimes it kind of like spreads its flavors, like
Yeah, beyond.
I'm not like exactly like a fan of anchovies or anything like that. No. So if you put them on there, it's gonna
everything around that, so you can take it off. Yes. And it's contaminated the whole circle of where the anchovy was.
Exactly.
Yes. So you shouldn't order that. Same with pineapple. Sorry.
It makes me think of the I have no idea what everyone calls it, because I've heard different names all over the place, but that take a piece of bread, cut a hole in the middle, and then use cook an egg in there.
Yes. I never.
That's kind of how I'm picturing it, but with the pizza, if you just have these slices with these big circles cut out, maybe throw some extra cheese in there.
Oh, that'd be good. That'd be good. Actually, that's a really good idea. You could start a pizza restaurant where you have like the pizza, and then you have these holes that are filled with just cheese. Well, I'd have to have. How would you hold the cheese in on the bottom? In the pizza, in order to cook it.
I mean, there's that really fine layer of. Well, let me go. I'll explain it this way.
Okay.
Did you ever see that Hardee's commercial way back when, where
Probably.
it was like, the guy ate the burger, and then you see him like working on pieces of the paper, like they called it cheese paper.
Yeah.
It's that cheese where it's it's not quite to burnt, but it's become relatively solid.
Yeah. Yes.
That's kind of how I'm picturing this.
The under. Yeah. And then you fill in with extra cheese.
Exactly.
And
it
maybe
just gives you the structural integrity that you're looking for.
Oh, that would be so good. With like,
You could call it Space Pope Pizza with a nod to Futurama because it's holy pizza.
Wow, there you go. Okay,
use my +1 mace.
One for you. You get a gold star. Oh, what fact do you wish you had never learned?
Ooh.
I'm trying to think.
Just gefilte fish, period.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
Fact that I never learned.
I do understand why gefilte fish was made, but we have
also know why it should not have.
Exactly.
Fact that I didn't want to learn. I mean, I really can't think of much because I like knowing things. I like understanding things. I mean, it kind of like goes back to the Thomas Edison quote of, I didn't fail, I learned 10,000 different ways how not to make a light bulb.
Yeah.
Instance where I'm thinking along these lines of something I wouldn't have wanted to know, still kind of want to know.
Well, because
even if it's don't do this.
Right. Well, no, I agree. I actually happen to agree because, well, okay, I take that back. There is something which I that I wish I had never learned. I will, but it goes along with the porn thing.
That I can totally understand that.
So
absolutely understand
other than in that area, which I don't need to know to survive in my life.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm trying to think of another subject, and I can't because now all I can think about is porn.
We'll just write NSFW on her forehead.
Yeah, that's right. No NSFW. So it'd be a little crown. No NSFW. Oh God.
I can't even make any comments.
No,
nothing
because
goes down a good road.
No, it doesn't. No, I'm looking for a question. I'm looking really hard. But it's hard to see because I'm still laughing. What's something that you've done that you would try to dissuade, what's a fancy word, anyone from doing? So basically, what lesson have you learned that you would try not to have somebody else learn? That's kind of a heavy question.
This is really, really, really dorky, but the first thing that comes to mind is bezel functions.
What is that? What is that?
My undergrad degree was in physics, so I got into some weird little math stuff. And there was one day that I missed in the class we called Super Math 1. And it was the intro to these things called bezel functions. Think of like a spiral that's actually growing or shrinking in 3D.
Yeah. It's
actually like moving along but getting bigger or smaller.
Yeah.
This was the math of that.
Oh.
And oh my God.
Oh.
It probably took me about a year and a half to finally get it in my head. I could punch through the homework and make it through enough that I, could pass the stuff at the time. But it was one of the few times that I couldn't conceptually figure out what was even going on.
Yes.
If I just had one person that said it's the math of something doing this,
you would have went, oh, well, thank you. But no. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
That's how they
Well,
taught me calculus. They give me this stupid little, like, move this way, then it's how much it goes this way, and they put it in these delta epsilon terms.
yeah.
But if they just sit there and tell you it's this, it's changing systems.
Yeah.
If you want to know the it's like the derivative of velocity or speed
Yeah.
is acceleration. You can explain the basics of calculus on driving your car.
Right.
If
Yeah.
you're driving at 20 miles an hour, you're going to move 20 miles distance over an hour.
Right.
The speed is this
Yeah.
calculus piece of over here, and the other
Yeah.
direction is the other piece, and that's all of Calc 1.
Yeah.
But instead they give you these delta epsilon proofs that they expect you to understand.
Yeah. Algebra made sense to me. And I don't like, adding and subtracting, but it made sense to me, so it was neat to do that because it was a problem that
Right.
had an answer. You just had to find. So actually, it was more I enjoyed the how to get from A to B than the fact that I came up with the right answer. It was just, how to
I
figure
can
out
understand.
yeah. So I was like, oh, geometry. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's the 4 days. I was like, okay, I'm done.
I did a lot better with math once, because I was good at just reproduce. I was good at learning by rote. Okay,
Yeah.
you told me do it this way. I can reproduce what you did.
Yeah.
Here you go, and I could pass. But I could only go so far with that. Like the
Yeah.
algebra, I kind
Right.
of understood, but as I started
Right.
moving forward, but once I started realizing that there's people that can think in math. I am not that person.
No.
I have pictures in my head and concepts. So I'd sooner put, here's how the system is working, here's the relationships to each other.
Yeah.
And then I can go start throwing in the equations and numbers and just work through them as I need.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking in pictures and concepts. And
Yeah.
once I understood that that's how I worked,
Well, it probably
a
made
hell
your
of a
life
lot easier.
Yeah. Yeah, it probably did. Yeah.
I remember my electrical engineering class there were some days when we're just writing everything down. Here's the formulas, and then we'd move over to the circuit boards and be like, or the breadboards.
Yeah.
We go and make these things, and it's like, did it work? Did it light up? Did it move? Did you electrocute yourself?
Yeah. Well, I've been electrocuted like really bad, like 4 times. So I never took electronics. I took woods and autos, but not electronics, because I've literally been electrocuted like 4 times, like really bad. So it just sometimes my husband will turn like a light switch on and I get shocked, like from the I don't know whatever, because I have stories in my head. I mean I have a feeling that you might have a few in yours.
A few.
Yeah.
I try not to let him out.
Well, I try to let him out in a way that's constructive. I've learned.
No,
otherwise, it can get in a lot of trouble when you're like in school and stuff.
Totally.
Or
No,
at work, or being an adult.
One of my personal favorite sayings is, "It's not about being right; it's about being better." And it drives me personally crazy when I hear people screaming about why they're right.
Yeah.
Versus how everyone can be improving on that concept.
Yes.
Like if you're kind of in the catch-22 of, if you're saying I have the answer, then you've quit exploring it because you know the answer. And
because it's not worth talking to somebody that knows the answer.
Right.
Because there is no talking, because they know the answer and they're only going to just tell you that they know the answer.
I'm willing to hear the point of view, but yeah, I'm still going to test it like everything else.
Well, right, because I'm not a sheep or whatever that follows whatever. I don't know.
I call them working answers. Let's call them what they are. It's progressing because I actually care about what it is, not because someone told me at some point. And
no. Yeah.
Maybe if you say it louder, it'll be more true.
Yeah, that's a fun one. Yeah, that one, no.
Ladies and gentlemen, you have officially been Snook.
That's right. Yeah. And there's a reason why there's a tag called Snook Made Me Do It.
wish I had those cue cards from Bugs Bunny of like screwball and all that. So I'll just start popping them through.
So I'm going to answer the last question.
Okay.
Because we have, like an hour and 44 minutes. It's got to be at least a half hour of stuff.
This might be a two-parter.
Yeah. That's it. The behind the scenes. What we really talked about while we were trying to do a show.
This is the how to do a show.
Yeah, this is how not to do a show. How to stay on track and how not to stay on track. Okay. So the question is, toilet paper, over or under?
I have to go under, but it's only because I've had a cat.
Oh.
And so if you go over, the cat can go like this and unroll it all.
Yes.
If you go the other way, then he just kind of keeps rolling the thing in the same
spot.
spot.
And then it just destroys that one side of the toilet paper instead of it all over your floor.
Well, he was declawed, so we didn't have the shredding aspect. It was just purely the unrolling.
I had a cat that did that. I came home and it was like out in my living room.
I figured it was just easier instead of trying to retrain him from something he really enjoyed doing.
Yes, just turn it
It would
around.
just make it that.
Yeah.